And welcome to the Skolo Online YouTube channel, the channel that is all about learning. You can visit our website on https://skolo.online. You will find more courses on what we teach right here on this YouTube channel and much more. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified every time we have new content. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In this video, I'm going to do something that I haven't done before yet on my channel, all right? I'm going to show you one of the softwares that I have been working on for the last couple of weeks. We're really excited. This is an in-house built software that we built it inside of our company. Last week, I showed you a video of my working space and where we work with our team. We do for a living building software, and this is really exciting, guys. We're going to be launching this in the next couple of weeks, and you guys on my channel are going to be the first ones to find out about it. So I'm going to make a couple of videos in the next couple of weeks showing you some bits and pieces of how we build the software. So I think it's going to be really exciting. Of course, I can't show you everything because there's only so much you can do on YouTube. But maybe there'll be some tips here and there that I'll make tutorials on how we got about to to get the software built. Of course, we built it with a Python, a Django. Python Django is one of the best web development platforms or web development sort of frameworks that exist right now. I mean, even the YouTube you're watching right now is built on Python Django. It was initially built with PHP before it was bought over by Google, and they transferred it to they completely rebuilt it on Python Django because of all the analytics they have to do and all the sort of like the libraries that Python has to be able to do all of that heavy lifting in the background. So be convinced that Django is definitely one of the best. And it's not as easy as people make it look. It is batteries included, but batteries are included because you usually have to build very, very complex applications. So this app that we built here, I think it had more than 20 different apps that we have, and we're still adding more because we're adding more and more functionalities. It has lines and lines and lines of code, lines and lines. I mean, compared to the kind of apps I build on this channel, this is maybe 100 times more that. Okay, it's one of the most complex things we've built in our business, and I'm gonna show you around it today. All right. So what is this Skolo that we built? Skolo is a business management software where what we've done is that we've created one app that is going to do 4 different things that you would pay for different apps for, right? So accounting, right? Accounting software. Instead of getting bulky, expensive accounting software that has stuff that half of your office people don't understand or use, all you need is on a daily basis, produce invoices, record expenses, and that's what you're going to be able to do on Skolo. We have business development, an ability, a way for you to track your clients, your leads. We call them hustles. When you're hustling for business and you're following up on something, we've got a way to help you track all of that, record the meetings you're having with those people, record the notes, anything that comes to your mind, record documents, share them, collaborate between your team members. So everything you would do in a typical CRM, we've got that covered in this application. We've got project management. This is when you've got a team and you've got a project that you're tracking. It's not very heavy, it's very light, just tracking milestones, tracking tasks, being able to keep track of the tasks between your team and assign responsibilities and keep track of when tasks get completed. That's pretty much all you really need to do with project management software. And finally, we've got human resources, which is very interesting because a lot of companies don't do this very well, keeping track of your employee records as part of the requirements for a lot of quality management systems, and so we've got that also integrated into your project management software, integrated into the business development so that you can keep track of who's doing what, and then you're going to have access control and ownership. So this is a lot that you're going to be able to do, and today I'm going to give you a slight sneak peek into this application that we built. All right, so if you head over to skolo.io, you will find, and you can follow along with me if you like. All right, so we're offering a free trial. This means that you'll be able to create a an application. I mean, you're able to create an account for free. We don't ask for a credit card. You can test out the system, decide if you like it, decide if you want to proceed with it, and you have 14 days to do that. And after 14 days, unfortunately, you're gonna have to pay for it. We don't have a free version because this is really valuable stuff that we're giving you for organizations. And if you're really running an organization with employees, you're definitely making money, and you can afford to pay for decent business management software. Now, when you get started, you will come to the sign up page, which you can just enter your first name, email address, all the usual stuff that you need to enter to register into an application. But in our specific case, we already have a sign up. We will just click here to log in. And I'm just going to enter my username and password, and then I'm going to sign into the application, and booyah. All right. So this is what it looks like. It's really amazing, guys. From the front page, you'll be able to track your calendar. You will see your to-do tasks. And if you're the owner, you will see all the people that are connected to your application. So it works sort of like software as a service, where for a company, you will create just one account. So the owner of the organization will create the business account, and then they can invite other organizational members into the account from the platform. So if I'm the manager of Data Software and I want to now create work on this Skolo.io, all the members don't have to create a separate account. I will create my account, and then I will come here, and when I need to invite members, I can just click there and go to members, and I'll see all the members that I've got on my application. I see how much allowance I've got, because we do charge per member. And then you can invite a new member. You can click over there and you can put in their information. Then you can add a member and invite them and decide what access they will have. So this is the power behind all of this, in the fact that you can have all of this in one single database, but you'll be able to select who has what access. So you can say, for example, if you have an HR manager for your organization, you will grant them only HR manager access, and perhaps you grant the manager access, and perhaps you grant them HR manager access, and you might not want to give them project app access because they don't need to work on projects, and maybe you don't need to give them accounting app because they don't need to be creating invoices, and maybe they don't need sales. If you have an accounting manager, then you only then have to give them the accounting app access because they don't need to see HR details. And if you have your sales department, then they get access to the CRM app, and the project guys get access to the project app. So everything is sort of partitioned and divided, that if you have access to the HR manager app, you will be able to work with the HR manager app, which does a lot of the HR functionalities, and other people who do not have that access will not see the HR information. This is how we're going to manage keeping information safe. Now, there are two ways to navigate through here. You can navigate through the traditional sort of left-hand dashboard, typical type navigation over there, or you can navigate at the top there, because we've got like a nice mega menu over there that you can use to navigate. But I'm going to use the one at the left. So I'll start by showing you the HR Manager app. This is the app that you will give access to your HR manager only. Do not give it to all your employees, because then that person can see other people's payslips and information that is managed by the HR department. Now, the HR Manager app has a couple of things. You can see the team members not that manager app. This is a different one. This is the HR app. Okay, you can do the HR settings. You can do the policies, employee records, pay records. I cannot show all of this in this YouTube video today because it's going to take me a long time to go through all of these applications. But what I will do is that I will leave the link in the description below to this website. And over the next couple of days, we're going to produce very extensive documentation. We're actually working on it already, but we're going to launch it on the website. And you'll be able to access it if you go to the top there, find stuff. We will have a documentation center and a help center. So we will put documentation there with videos. And we also have a YouTube channel where we're going to load those videos there as well. And you can then go and have a look and see a lot of the applications in detail. But what I want to show you that's really cool from the HR app is, HR employee records. So, you can see all the employees that are in your organization when they started, and the HR manager is the one who has the ability to add a date, an employee start date. You can see the employee details. You can set when they started working for the company. You can see their payroll, which is how much money they're getting paid. You can set all of that from the HR Manager app, and you can see all the documentation that I've uploaded, their ID copy, contract, blah, blah, blah. So basically all the HR stuff you really want to do. How you can see all of this, but who inputs this information? This information is inputted by the user themselves. So the user all have access to what we call the personal app. This is their view where they can input information. So the users will come over there, and under my HR file, they will add this information, their username, their ID, their employee tax numbers, their banking records, their HR documents. They will input it from this side, and then the HR manager will be able to see it from the HR manager app. So the HR manager cannot edit the personal information, but they can view it because they are the HR manager of the organization. Right? They can also view payroll, but that you can have a look on the website later on when I create other videos. So I think that's all I want to show you for the HR Manager app. And then we have a manager app. A manager is a team leader who has people reporting to them so that they can manage those people. They can assign tasks to those people. They can keep track of what those guys are doing. And also over time, we're going to integrate developmental plans so that the managers can sort of, create objectives and targets for their team so that their team can develop themselves. But that's something we will load with future releases. So if you are a manager of the organization, you can come over there and you can see, for example, your team members. So you see only people reporting to you. So this is not the same view that the owner sees, because the owner has access to the company settings and they can see everyone in the organization, right? But the manager, who has only been given manager responsibilities, only sees people that report to them. So you could have, for example, a department like the HR department with multiple HR people, and then the HR manager will have a manager app, and the HR manager will then be able to invite team members into their department, and they will see the details of only the people reporting to them. And then you might have, for example, the quality department and the quality manager who will also have a manager app with only people that are reporting to them, so that they can assign tasks to those people, and they can also view their HR files and records and their developmental plans and so forth. Now, the other thing the manager can do as well here is assign tasks. So under team tasks, these are only going to be tasks assigned by the manager, and only tasks that are within that department. So you have your to-do task, your in-progress tasks, your done tasks, and the HR manager can create a task over there, and this task will be created and will be added to this list. They can move the task to in progress, right? And now this task is moved from day to day. When you're done with it, like this one, for example, you can move to completed, and you will see it has moved over there. Right? So you can move the tasks through like your nice, sprint, and see everything that you're busy with, right? And the same tasks, as you create them, the employees that you've assigned the tasks to. So when you create a task over there, you have to choose who is the task going to be assigned to. And this is going to be a list of people reporting to you, all right? And once you see that list, if you assign the tasks to a person under their personal app, they also have their tasks, and they will see their tasks also under their personal app. But you, as the manager, under the team tasks, you will see everybody's tasks that's within your team. So this is really exciting manager stuff. And then you can also see the HR files of your employees. But of course, what the manager sees is different from what the HR manager sees. You'll see the HR manager sees a whole lot of things. Actually, the HR manager sees pretty much everything. But the line manager only sees your address, your leave, and your documents. And not all the documents, by the way, just your CV, your ID copy, and your qualifications. That's important for your manager to see, so they can work with your developmental plans and so forth. The reason why they need to see your leave is because they are the ones who get to approve your leave. They need to see what leave you have available, and then when you apply for leave, they will see if they need to approve that leave, right? So let's talk about leave. When you want to apply for leave, we've got it under your personal app. You will go over there. Let's see, leave records. All right, so you can see it on the under the manager app. Once the employee applies for leave, it will appear over there, and the manager will see the kind of leave they've applied for. They can click on it, right, to see the details. This is when you want to take the leave, the reasons. They can choose to approve the leave or reject the leave. They can only make this decision once. If they approve the leave, you will get an email that says your leave has been approved. If they reject it, your leave will be rejected, but you will get feedback inside of your personal app leave records. All right. Then we've got the project app and the sales app. I mean, there's a lot, guys. So I'm going to create short videos all in the documentation. So if you're really interested in this and you need something like this for your organization, this is like a CRM meets HRM meets project management app meets, I don't even know if anybody's doing manager app, right? Because I haven't seen anything that allows good team management that's outside of a project management app. Because you, as organizations, and with all of my experience working in corporate, I understand how teams work, that it's not, you don't just have management within a project, you also have management within a department and personal development. So we're trying to incorporate all of that into a nice, easy to use platform, all right? And something I've never seen as well, which we've incorporated in here, is meetings. How many meetings do you have in your organization? Lots, right? So we've got an easy, seamless way to manage your meetings, all right? You can do it in two places, because you only really have meetings inside of projects or inside of leads, right? So inside of projects, you will have your your project app, where you'll have your projects over there. And if we pick one project and you want to see details of that project, you can go see that project details. All right. So projects has milestones, the project board, which is also like a Kanban sort of like, list with your tasks for that project. So this is project specific. All right. Not, team specific, like we saw under the manager app, or individual specific way under the personal app. This is project specific applications. So project specific tasks, and then you got your project meetings is what I wanted to show you. All right. Project meetings are really interesting because when you have a meeting, you could like have this window open during your meeting, and that's probably the best way to do it. And record your meeting attendees. Record the purpose of the meeting as it's happening. Every time there's a new action that's being discussed in that meeting, add that action to the minutes, so that you'll have lots of actions. When the meeting is done, you can quickly view the minutes of meetings, which will show you this minutes of meeting in a PDF. It will show all the actions we've recorded there. It will show you the names of the attendees and everybody. If you're happy with how the minutes of meetings look like, you can go back and you can press this button and boom, email minutes of meeting. This email is going to go directly to these people, and they will have this PDF of the emails of minutes of meeting in their a mailbox. What we will also do is that as we are creating these actions from the minutes, these actions, we're going to translate them into tasks that are going to show up inside of the personal app of the person that the task is assigned to, so that when they look at their tasks, this will also include the actions from meetings, so that they will remember that there's something they gotta do. All right. So this is like next level stuff, right? And we really spent a lot of time and effort on this application. This is probably one of the most complex apps that I've built in my career, but not just that, but it's one of the ones that we've really taken a lot of effort and time to pay attention to detail, because we built each and every single part of this application, with a lot of thought. If I can tell you the story that I'm gonna share, not many times, but when we started this app, I think I built it like 70%, and then we scrapped everything. I just didn't like the look and feel. I looked at it, the colors were not quite right. It was doing everything this app is doing, but I just didn't like the finish, because I wanted something that's gonna wow. And then I completely scrapped the app. My team members were looking at me like, you're crazy, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do this right this time. If we're gonna build this, we're gonna build this right. And if it takes us another couple of months, that's fine. And I scrapped everything. I've got the evidence to prove it. My old app is actually still there. That was like 70-80% done. Started from scratch, got a whole new HTML template, got a whole new everything, bootstrap, front end, back end, started writing code from scratch, and it took us I can't even tell you how long it took us to do the next part. And this is the final products, and we're not really finished. This is really still in testing mode. As you can see, there's still some glitches here and there, but for the most part it works 95%. It's just a couple of things, and we need to test it. So you guys on my channel, you're more than welcome to go to skoko.io, get on your free trial, because you can test this out for 2 weeks, no strings attached, no credit card required. You just test it out, and if you like it, well, you can keep it, and then you will see your bill over there. Under settings, you will see your bill over there, and if you decide to keep it, you will come there and pay your bill, and then you'll continue to have access. If you don't pay your bill, well, we'll cut your access, and maybe you didn't like the software, but definitely give us feedback as well. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think. That is why we're doing the testing. This is beta testing. We're just opening it up to a few people. We're not really advertising it. It's just word of mouth, guys, on my channel, so forth. And give me feedback in the comments below. Give me feedback on my email address. All right, you can email us directly. Our email address for this specific application is at the bottom of the website, hello@skoko.tech. All right, so write us an email with feedback. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about this application, and over the next couple of days, we're going to be adding more content on the front page and the documentation page. Definitely we will also do that with nice, easy to follow videos. And later on, maybe we'll incorporate an API. We'll do some integrations with apps like MailChimp and Dropbox, whatever. We'll see what's really useful for the members, because we really wanted this app to do everything. So stuff we can't do very well, we'll integrate to other software. And we are also going to include social media automation. All right, that was a little bit harder to do, so I haven't completed it, because it also has a whole lot of it's beyond my control, whether Facebook gives you permission, and they take forever to approve things, So we decided to just launch without it. And over the next couple of months, definitely before the end of the year, we will incorporate the ability to also automate your social media directly from here. And so do everything you would have done with Hootsuite under the same account. And I think that will be on the last tier that we have on the pricing. It will be over here. We won't charge extra. It was originally intended to be part of the Pro package anyway. It's just that it took longer to develop, so it will be in the Pro package. You will have the CRM and the social media automation, because I think that goes with the CRM. All right, so guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next week.